happy Aloha Thursday and welcome back to the Middle Shelf Book Club. I'm Shantae and today's video is a super anticipated, highly anticipated video that I am so excited to share with you guys. It is actually a collaboration video with my friend Tori over at the Oglesby OHANA. So when you are done watching this video, go ahead and check out her video. We are doing our February TBR. Now I mentioned in a video before that I was not going to be doing a monthly TBR. However, a lot of these books that I've selected, which this is the stack. This is the stack. All the books that I've selected were written by Black female authors, and this is in support of Black History Month. Tori, when I had mentioned to her that I wanted to figure out what book we were going to be buddy reading again, she told me that she was strictly reading books that were all written by Black authors, and I was like, let me jump on that. So we have curated a list, her and I both. Her picks are completely different from mine, and the only book that I think we have in common is our buddy read for the month of February. So when you are done watching this video, please go ahead and check her out. Tell her Shantae said hi, that you came from the Middle Shelf Book Club. Please and thank you. Yeah. And oh, don't forget to like this video, comment down below if any of these books resonate with you or if you're excited to add them to your TBR. Hit that notification bell so that you can be notified every time we release a video, which is every Monday and Thursday of each week. And let's just dig into it, guys. Like, let's get into it. I'm so excited. Do you see this? Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Okay, so I have a total of 2, 4, 6, 7 books to share with you. So you might want to go ahead and grab yourself a cup of coffee, cup of tea, some water. I have both. And yeah, get you a comfy seat because you're gonna want to be comfy for this video. So the very first book, which is going to be our buddy read for the month of February, is Get a Life, Chloe Brown. This is written by Talia Hibbert. I am so excited to jump into this book because Tori and I have been talking about potentially creating a book club for fellow mamas, fellow book lovers, and getting together and having like monthly books to read and to buddy read and to talk about together. So if that's something that you're interested in, I would love to hear it down below. I will definitely reach out to you guys and keep you updated. We are still trying to figure out a name because the names that we've been coming up with are just hilarious. One of them is the Litter Hotties. So I mean, we're not your average book club, Avi. Like, we're like a cool book club. I can't even take myself seriously. Okay, so our pick for this month, if you want to hop on, is Chloe Brown, or The Life of Chloe Brown. So main character, Avi, Chloe Brown, she suffers from a chronic illness and recently had like a near-death experience. And because of that, her complete outlook on life just shifted, and she's living more of that like life is too short type of lifestyle. And so she creates herself a short bucket list, and from what I see, and I'm looking at like my little notes that I created, it is a very simple, like the little things. It's the little things that she wants to accomplish, the little things that speak volumes. So a few of the things are enjoy a drunken night, ride a motorcycle, go camping, have meaningless and thoroughly enjoyable sussy time, travel the world with nothing but hand luggage, and do something bad. Which brings in our male character. His name is Redford Morgan. They call him Red. And Chloe may or may not have been like slightly watching him. I don't want to say stalking. Like it says here, just the teeniest, tiniest bit. So she just keeps an eye on him. And he pretty much fits all of the things that she wants to get done. Like he's able to help her check off a bunch of things on her bucket list. So we see that our male protagonist is a bad boy. He is a handyman, covered in tattoos, owns a motorcycle, does all of his art in the nighttime, and also doesn't really care for Chloe's upbringing, which she has a very wealthy upbringing. So he comes into the picture, and I'm assuming, this is just my prediction, I think that they fall in love, but she figures out that there's so much more to him than she understood and was ready to know. I'm not too sure if he has like a dark past, whatever that may be, but I'm really excited to buddy read this with Tori. I cannot wait. If you guys want to jump in, please let us know. No spoilers, please, and thank you. Okay, the next book, oh, I forgot to mention, I have like 4 categories. So it was like our book of the month book that we were reading. Then it's poetry, historical fiction, and YA fantasy. Okay, so the next book that I picked out for my poetry book is going to be The Poet X. You guys, that cover is stunning. This is by Elizabeth Acevedo, who is an Afro-Dominican author. I'm so excited for this book. I heard nothing but good things about this book. All of the reviews were like, I read it twice in the same day. I read it 3 times. I listened to it on Audible over and over. So I'm really excited to read this novel in verse. Our main character, it takes place in Harlem, New York. And we actually follow our main character, the Poet X herself, Xiomara Batista. And she finds her voice through slam poetry. However, she faces a lot of like issues that just weigh her down. Not only is she a teenager going through all the teenage feels, she has what's the word I'm looking for? She has expectations from her peers. She has to also deal with society's views of like her body shaming, images, that sort of stuff. And then she has a mother who is like extremely religious and relentless when it comes to her expectations of Xiomara and what she wants her to be and to do and to follow. So she has all of these things that just weigh her down, and the only thing that she finds that she has control of is her ability to write poetry and to be a part of her school's slam poetry club. They have an event coming up and she's asked to perform, and she knows that her mom will not agree with it. She's not for it. And so Xiomara decides that enough is enough. She needs to break free and have her voice heard. And just like this overpowering story of how she breaks free from all of those things. That's all I know. I'm sorry if that wasn't the best explanation or synopsis. My bad. But I've heard really, really, really good things about this one, and I cannot wait to dig in. Okay, the next 2 books are going to be part of my historical fiction. I have So Many Beginnings. This is a YA remix on a classic of The Little Women. So I read the initial Little Women. I've also watched the movie with my girls, and we absolutely love them. And so I was really excited to come across this book. I cannot wait to see what the differences are. The only things that I know about this one is that, again, YA remix of a classic, and 4 young Black sisters come of age during the American Civil War. So yeah. Next one that I have is, I'm so excited to read this one, is Liberty. This is by Caitlin Greenidge, and I cannot wait to read it. We follow our main character, Liberty, and Liberty Sampson, I'm sorry. And this is a coming-of-age story as a free-born Black woman during the Reconstruction era in Brooklyn. I think I said that right. Her mother is a successful practicing physician and has high hopes of Liberty following in her steps. She wants Liberty to go to medical school and to come back home and join her practice and practice alongside her. However, Liberty has other plans. She doesn't want to do anything to do with science. She loves music. And so that happens, and then something about she marries a man from Haiti who gives her all of these false ideas of coming to Haiti and living equally living amongst equality, and promises her all the shiny things. However, when she gets there, she's sadly mistaken because she is forced to pretty much just like live in his shadow. All the things he promised her were all lies. And society's views there for her is that like she will always be behind a man. That's just my opinion on what I grabbed from the little synopsis on the back. And so Liberty needs to figure out a way to break free from those like society's like expectations of her and whatnot, because she doesn't want to just be, you know, the wife behind her husband. She wants to pave a way for herself. So she needs to figure out a way to do that, not just for herself, but for future generations of young Black females as time goes on. Why am I stuttering? That coffee is making me jittery. Okay, so yeah, this is also inspired by This is a true story. It's inspired by a true story of the first Black female doctor in the United States, which is Susan Smith McKinney Stewart. I was so excited to come across this little bit of information because we are going to be doing a little like research project, my kiddos and I, while I read this story. I cannot wait. I am so excited to jump into that with them. And there's just like a lot of historical detail within this novel. The last thing that I want to mention about it is a little part in the synopsis, and it says that Caitlin Greenidge's new and immersive novel will resonate with readers eager to understand our present through a deep, moving, and lyrical dive into our complicated past. Cannot wait. The last 3 books, guys, thank you so much for sticking with me, are going to be all YA fantasy. So the very first one that I have is A Song Below Water. You guys, look at that cover. Oh my god. This is written by Bethany C. Morrow, the same author of the Little Women's Remix book. And so this one follows, it is a YA fantasy. There's a little bit of, from what I grabbed, there was a little bit of like magical realism and then some mythology in there. So this story takes place in Portland, Oregon, and we follow our teenager main character, Tavia. Tavia sounds better. Tavia, she is a siren who is forced to keep her identity a secret as her kind is unwanted. And Tavia's bestie, Effie, she's her ride or die. They go through this whole high school, you know, time in their life, and then things happen, and there is a siren murder trial that takes place that just kind of rocks her world because she is a siren. She's hiding that as part of her identity. Not only that, to add fuel to the fire, their favorite internet, Tavia and Effie's favorite fashion icon, comes forward and says that she too is a siren, and the media just rips through their community. Another thing that I grabbed from this, when I read a couple of different reviews, was that it is a thought-provoking fantasy that touches on real-life issues such as racism, social injustice, and politics, and so much more. So I'm really excited for this book. I know that it is a duology. There is a second book to this, which if I like this one, I will definitely go ahead and pick up the second one. Okay, the next book is The Gilded Ones. This is by Namina Forna. I originally saw this one on the UK Usborne website, and I was like, I need it. So I went ahead and picked it up. And this story is a YA fantasy. We follow our main character, 16-year-old Dika. I don't know if it's Dika or Deka. Deka didn't sound correct. I could be wrong. So Dika, right off the back, there is a conflict in the story because Dika is coming of age, and when she does, the tradition is for her community, her village, to partake in a ceremony. It is called the blood ceremony. In this ceremony, your blood is to run red. However, when it is her turn, her blood actually runs gold, which is seen as an impurity. And because of that, she faces really bad consequences, potentially even death. So because of this, there is a woman that shows up out of the blue and offers Dika a way out. She can either stay in the village and face her consequences, which will most likely end up being death, or she can come with her to serve the emperor as part of her, as part of the all-female army that they have. All of the girls within that army are impure. They all have rare abilities, rare gifts, and so she ends up deciding to leave her home and goes to serve the emperor. And when she does, she realizes all of these surprises that happen within those great citied walls, and we just kind of follow her story. The last book that I have, you guys, and this cover is beautiful, is Witches Steeped in Gold. You guys, I love covers. I'm not a big fan of like the sleeves, but like these ones are gorgeous. And this is written by Shannon Smart. I'm really excited for this one. I only know 2 things. It is a Jamaican-inspired YA fantasy, and we follow 2 enemies, Araya, I don't know if I'm saying that right, Araya and Jasmine, who, or Yasmin, Yasmin, I don't know, who must enter into a deadly alliance to take down a common enemy, and in that enemy happens to be Jasmine's mom, the queen. So obviously she's hella evil. Yeah, I'm really excited for this book. I don't know much more about that, and I cannot wait to read all of these books. So thank you guys so much for watching. Please go ahead and check out Tori's link down below to head over to her video. If you guys are interested in joining in on our book club, go ahead and leave that in the comments down below as well. Other than that, guys, I'm so excited. Thank you so much for watching the video. I hope you folks are having an amazing day, and I cannot wait to our next video, which uploads on Monday. For those of you that don't know, we come out with 2 weekly videos on Monday and Thursday of each week. And yeah, happy February, guys. We're here. Holy crap. 2nd month of 2022. All right, I will talk to you guys later. Bye!